All right.
All right. Good evening. This is the Oscar expert here with Brother Bro. I just want to say that we thought we were live for like 6 minutes. We literally just did the whole thing.
And please start asking questions because we had a panic that you weren't asking questions because you're not. But now that the live stream has started, we're going to take your questions. Recently, we hit a lot of zeros.
Well,
20,000.
We hit those many zeros when there were 10,000.
Recently, we hit the same number of zeros in a row again.
That's true.
And now we're doing another video to celebrate you and give you what you want, which is obviously to ask questions and have our answers bestowed upon your knowledge.
I am here to give you information about me. That's what you. That's why you're
Information
here.
about
That's what
you.
you want.
What if they just want information about the world, though? Like, what if they ask you, like, what is the capital of Pakistan?
I don't know anything except for what my experience is.
Yeah.
That's all that's all the things I can give you information on.
Yeah. A true empiricist.
And I haven't been to the capital of Pakistan, so how am I supposed to know what it is?
Yeah, exactly. Really.
Okay. So, if you donate a super chat, you will get your question read for sure. If you don't, then you're just competing,
And then you win all the super chat money. Because that'll incentivize a lot of people to ask the question because they want to win the lottery of getting all the super chats. But if we answer all of them, then we win the super chat
It's
money.
a capitalistic system. If you have the money, you will be on top. And if not, you're in like the cesspool of like everybody else who's just clamoring for their questions to be answered. All right. Let's see.
No.
We have none so far. We have a question. What did you think
so far?
What did you think of the Eternals trailer? That's kind of a good one to start out with. Did we like it better than the first one?
Well, yeah, actually, I mean, I like that we saw more of the story. My general feeling on superhero movies and Marvel movies is I don't love that they always have to tie into stuff. So, like, I see the whole Eternals thing being like, we have to explain why they didn't do anything about, like, Avengers, like, why they were just, like, not there. Like, kind of explaining their place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I feel like that just holds movies like these kind of movies back from being completely like original things where anything can happen.
But they'll get that out of the way quickly. Like in the trailer, they explained it in 1 second, and I was like, "Fine, they weren't supposed to." And that's,
but
hopefully it won't be overbearing.
But this is my hesitancy with all Marvel films. So Eternals, like, I can't help but see it as another Marvel movie. However, it does look kind of beautiful. It does have a little bit of that like Marvel like visual sterility.
Sure.
It's a little bit sterile.
Sure.
But at the same time, I do like the cinematography. I don't really know what to think about it overall.
I don't know what to think about the monsters.
I like it for the most part. The monsters are like from A Quiet Place.
If they embrace
cool.
like, it looks like they might be filming those in like some cool long takes or something. So if Chloe Zhao gives me like cool Chloe Zhao action sequences, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
I just want something I'm not expecting. Basically, like is what I'm hoping for is like an adventure that I didn't see coming.
Yeah, and also like the scenes that they have to do where they're like hanging out and like talking over like a game of cards like at the end of every trailer. It's like again, it's like I know what I'm getting and what I'm expecting to get, and I'm hoping that I'm getting something more than that. Because as we saw with like our respective, my least favorite thing is when I know exactly what I'm gonna get. That's my least favorite thing in any movie.
Someone says congrats on 20K. Was wondering if you saw the out of context account of you on Twitter. We're both following that account.
Yeah,
we're both following that account. And I enjoy it. I like all those bits that they post, and they're doing. Whoever's running is doing a good job. Is it you? Is it you that's running it? The gig's up. Your identity has been busted. But there is an account for that if you're interested in me being out of context.
Why wouldn't I like it? It's an account that's like dedicated to me. Like,
yeah,
duh.
Yeah, if they made a second channel that just had an AI version of me reviewing things I haven't seen, I'd be like, yeah, I want to see me review some stuff that I wouldn't normally watch. I'd be really into it. That's where we're going, and that's where we're going in this dystopian world. Let's see, we've got, this is 17 euro. That's very generous. So guys, I'm a big fan.
The amount, but okay. Oh, well, I guess it says the amount.
It's gonna say it. What made you want to start a channel? Have you had any fan encounters, and do you think patience is key to creating a YouTube channel? Well, I think if I went in like thinking, oh, like this is going to like blow up and this is going to get big, then I might have like less patience for it. But it's something we started doing because, you know, we liked making videos just generally. We like talking about movies. And so when we decided to just scissors beat scissors, when we decided to just film us doing that very thing, you know, we already had the editing skills, we already had the camera. It was just fun, and it's something that I liked editing. I do all the goddamn editing around here, and it's because I enjoy it. So we just enjoyed putting out content, and it kept growing, which made me want to like keep doing it more. You know, the growing is fun. It can't be the end goal though. You know, it has to be fun for you, but the growing's cool. And so what made us want to start a channel is just you know, liking other YouTube channels, kind of.
Yeah, and it was also because I tell everybody this, like, you have to kind of hit on a niche in the beginning, because if we just sat around reviewing movies, like, nothing would have happened. People watched the Oscars and they came for that content because there were just a limited number of creators putting out content that was like dedicated to the Oscars, and so they come to your channel, they this is what I'm getting. And there were the people who were interested in that gathered pretty fast, actually. So now I think it's like we have all the people who are already interested in that, and then we're just trying to grow into, like, we're trying to expand beyond that demographic even. But
yeah, I mean, in terms of patience, like, I would like to be at a point where I'm like at 100K, and you know, that would mean that I can like maybe even go full time or something and like keep doing it. Like, that's a goal of mine. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's patience in there. There's also just trying to like reinvent, like, you know, reach out of our niche a little bit. And the other point is, have we had any fan encounters? I think I've encountered we've been recognized like maybe like 10 times.
10
total? Yeah, me personally. Why? What do we?
Maybe between both of us, yeah, 10.
No, I was saying, well, like me personally.
Oh, I don't know.
But you've been with me most of the time.
Yeah. I don't know.
I would say maybe I do appreciate that.
10,
if somebody recognizes me, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, maybe at a point I'll be like, I don't have time for you. Like, I'll be shooing away people who recognize me.
Can't wait until that happens.
That's gonna be great. Well, that's what everybody wants. That's the American dream. Will you do a live stream with Ice Cold Films? I think I remember Ice Cold Films also does Oscar predictions. I don't know. I guess I'd have to. I don't know. I haven't thought about
contacted.
That, to be honest,
gotta make contact, I guess.
Someone says the Hand of God looks amazing. Yeah, it freaking does. Yeah, it does. The Hand of God trailer. I'll just talk about that really briefly because we would normally get the opportunity to. The trailer for the Hand of God, Paolo Sorrentino's newest movie coming to Netflix, premiering at Venice in less than 2 weeks, looks great. It is definitely like a international film contender, potentially like a Best Director contender, and maybe even more than that. It's like sort of autobiographical. It's about a character who loves movies, and it looks like it's pretty sentimental. So.
I think it looks like absolutely beautiful, and I loved The Great Beauty, and I'm actually really looking forward to watching The Great Beauty again before I see this film. Maybe checking out another of his, though I haven't looked at his filmography yet. But we both agreed that the film having the angle of being very personal and perhaps emotional, if critics are loving this thing, it seems like this is the kind of movie that could get above a 90 on Metacritic. Like, we both think that it seems fairly possible.
Speaking of which, we should maybe do a Metacritic predictions video for the
and if that happens, hell yeah, it could get into the higher categories. Yeah,
it is Netflix.
It could. I think I do think it has that like emotional core though. That's what it seems to be going for. We'll see, because The Great Beauty was kind of bonkers. But you know, it seems like a beautiful movie. I'm really excited.
Someone says, will there ever be a stunt category in the Oscars? I saw Shang-Chi and I know it won't win any awards, but I think it would have a chance there if it was a stunt category. I agree. I think that's probably the front runner for the SAG Stunt Ensemble Award, I would assume.
Yeah, I thought that too.
But also, like, Tenet wasn't nominated, so who the hell knows?
Yeah, but this one's more obvious.
Yeah.
Like, it's pulling from, I mean, I'm going to assume that it's pulling from martial arts.
If we're predicting, will there ever be one? Maybe not, but at the same time, I could see the
maybe
Oscars.
Not is not a prediction.
I would say probably not, but at the same time, the Oscars could be like, oh, maybe this would help our popularity. Like, maybe we'll get to nominate some more like popular blockbusters in here if we do a stunts category. I don't know. They can maybe they would, if I don't know. That could happen.
Yeah, I mean, things like that can happen. I really don't have a prediction for like the next 5 years. It doesn't seem like it's that urgent or that on their minds or agenda. So I really don't know.
Also,
maybe you could flip a coin on it.
For sometimes forget because not everybody follows us on Twitter, but we are going to TIFF. In fact, both of us are going to TIFF.
Yeah,
we're driving there. We don't have to pay for a plane ticket, which is great.
We said it in our Oscar prediction video.
We did. And you didn't watch. You're not a real fan. Yeah, we're going to TIFF. We're going to see a bunch of the TIFF movies, and it's going to be very fun and exciting. So we're very excited for that. We're going the whole time. So.
Oh, wow. Our buddy, the Film Drunk. Thank you, Film Drunk.
He says, what does Brother Bro think of people shipping us in the comments?
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious.
P.S. My girlfriend says, congratulations on 20K subs, Kings. Well, he says GF, not girlfriend, so we don't know what that means.
I don't know.
It could mean my good fellow.
To me, good. It seems likely that it means girlfriend, and so I think that this is the Film Drunk trying to say, listen, Brother Bro, I know you're such a simp for me, but you gotta back off because I have a girlfriend. So I feel very dejected and hurt, actually, by that. And, yeah, I mean, if you're a good friend, if your GF, goes away, hit me up.
This is not a paid question, but someone says that they heard that we're both vegetarian or vegan, and they were wondering what our favorite plant-based meals are. And they said that they like falafel. I actually just ate a falafel pita from the great vegan place across the street. We're not full vegan, but we try to eat vegan a decent
amount.
We're like
mostly vegan.
We cook vegan. I made a mean buffalo chickpea like quesadilla thing. I've been trying to cook vegan meals. I go on YouTube and I look at people. There's a channel called Rainbow Plant Life that's some good ass recipes. So yeah, I don't know.
To cook though?
Yeah, it's a cooking channel, and they have recipes that are linked.
Wait, their channel's a cooking channel?
No. You're not even listening. You're not even listening at this point. Yeah, but
that is true though.
Eating vegan meals can be very delicious, and we try to get stuff that's like packed with protein, nutrition, and carbs, not just salad bullshit.
If I can plug my ethics, I do think it's important to eat to not support mistreatment of animals, and oftentimes when you eat meat, you are supporting that. It doesn't mean you're a bad person, but it's just something to start thinking about with your diet.
Get your propaganda out of this video.
I'm gonna put my propaganda in the video just for a little bit.
Also, the environmental impact is something to look at.
Yeah, but that's not the reason that I would do it.
There's a couple of good reasons. Someone says, who is your all-time favorite nominee in the supporting actor category, and who is your worst snub in the category? So these questions of like my favorite wins and nominations are tough because I honestly haven't seen like all the nominated films. Like I've seen most of them in like
the last decade more. Maybe just do that then, because I would love to have seen every nominee from and winner from every single year, but I do not watch that many films.
I mean, it's a little bit of an obvious answer, but J.K. Simmons is great. Is like a great win. That's the best win of the last decade. I don't know if there's any. Oh, what about Kaluuya? Kaluuya is like up there too. I also love Paul Raci's nomination
or J.K. Simmons.
I really liked Richard E. That Richard E. Grant was nominated like everywhere for Can You Ever Forgive Me? I think that's an excellent one.
Worst snub in the category? Damn, I wish I had this offhand. Yeah. I really do.
There's always like things that happen that I don't like. I mean,
oh yeah,
but man, who knows?
I can't think offhand about that. So maybe if I think of it later. But thank you for your what's going on?
I'm just trying to think.
Okay.
Well, yeah, those questions are tough. I don't have things off the top of my head. We have, would you host the Oscars if the Academy asked?
Obviously.
Like seriously though?
Okay, but if you somehow entered like a reality where that happened, why would you not do it? It's fucking hilarious.
The amount of publicity is a little scary. Right.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, like people like trying to like tear you down all the time, which just kind of happens when you're famous. Yeah, maybe not actually. That's like a great point.
But at the same time, it would be very good for the channel.
Yeah, but I don't know.
And I don't know.
I actually like no. Now that I think about it, no.
If I could write,
probably not.
If I had like creative control over it, and I could make it and I could like fuck with it a little bit, that I would like maybe consider it. If
Be
I
like
could,
the biggest. It's like a huge
if I could, like-
opportunity to like be a troll.
Yeah,
that's
I
like
would,
the
like,
part
troll
that
it a little bit.
that's the part that gets me. But probably not. Like that's it wouldn't. I don't think it'd be fun to be like that scrutinized.
Someone says, "Have you seen any TV shows lately?" And I have been watching. I think you should leave. I finally caught up on that show. I heard it was down up my alley, but I kind of skipped on it for a while, and it is very much up my alley. I think not all some of the sketches are like confounding, and I like don't know what to do with them, but the majority are really good, and I finished all the episodes.
Yeah, I really dig that like the surreal comedy in that show. And yeah, I've been digging it so far. I really don't watch other TV though. Like I just cannot be made to watch TV. People will be like, "Oh, well, if I'm going to watch like this movie cuz you recommended it, then like maybe you'll check out TV for me." And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like I don't know what to do for you. I just can't. I just don't do it. I just don't watch TV. I don't make any time for it. Even though TV is good. Like anyway,
we have been enjoying your content since around the time First Man hit theaters, and so glad you're still growing. What's some music you've been into recently?
I actually stopped growing around age 17, so that's a little bit of a false thing that I just want to clear the air on. But
they say what they're asking about music that we've been into. Let's see. Okay, so we both like the new Spelling album quite a bit. Don't we?
Yeah, I really love that.
That's a really
album.
good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see.
There's
a good artist I discovered like yesterday, a hyper pop artist named Chase Icon. She only has like 3 songs, but like they're all really good. So up and coming.
All 3 of them.
What else have I been listening to? I kind of like the new Dark Side album, but I don't know if it's as good as the other one. What else do I like? I've been listening to some weird shit.
I listened to an album where like Philip Glass did some collaboration with like a cellist, and I liked that one. And I've been listening to the score for Green Knight and A Ghost Story lately, and those have been wonderful.
I've been digging down the rabbit holes of like some experimental like electronic stuff, some hyperpop, some Slater. I do like the new Japanese Breakfast album. It's got some very sweet indie.
This guy's a
pop
monster of
rock
music.
on here.
He listens to everything.
I haven't been doing as good of a job lately with keeping up with it though.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are some stuff I've been listening to lately.
Yeah, we have weird music taste. People try to bond with me over like music, and it just doesn't work. And I'm like, I'm sorry, like I can't participate in this like social like collective enjoyment of like this thing because I just don't appreciate like I just don't really like most music. I have to like go to the outskirts because I just do not really like it that much. I like some of it sometimes, but it doesn't do it like a lot for me.
Yeah, you want it to do something. You want it to have like a little craft put into like the way that they do like the chord progressions and the melodies and like the or like
I am a sucker for like classical music and music theory though. Yeah. So I like music that engages me in that way, but I do like electronic music too. Like there's no kind of music that I don't like by default.
Anyway. Oh, and also I've been re-listening to Sleigh Bells because why wouldn't you? If you had to pick one year in the Oscars where you could choose all the winners and nominees, what would you choose and why? That's kind of an interesting question. So that's basically just like dissatisfied with what they did that year, and I come in and just like I wipe the slate clean. What's like an unsatisfying? 2018 was a little bit of an unsatisfying year. Like Bohemian Rhapsody got wins that it didn't deserve. Green Book got wins that it didn't deserve. Although I wasn't like super championing like that many of the contenders. Like I think The Favorite was my favorite, but I don't know if I'd like give that Best Picture.
I mean, 2008 is the year I think of where that has Synecdoche, New York, and The Dark Knight.
But do you get to?
Which were not nominated for Best Picture.
But do you get to? Oh, you get to choose the nominees.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you could go back to that year, and then you could say we're inserting these 2 films into the category.
I forget what was my favorite of 20. Oh yeah, Annihilation should have been nominated for a bunch of stuff. Yeah. I would have given that some awards for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have given that awards over Bohemian Rhapsody.
I would have liked a world where Portrait of a Lady on Fire and Last Black Man in San Francisco were nominated for Best Picture.
But that year went so well that I can't complain. The Parasite year.
And Us. That was also the same year.
I would have. I mean, if look.
No, that year was fantastic. Like
the Parasite year. Fantastic. If it were up to me, like I love that Parasite won, and at the same time I like Portrait of a Lady on Fire and Marriage Story like even more. So like I'd be like conflicted. I'd be like, would I take away Parasite's win? I would try to spread the love, I think.
No, you can keep Parasite's win.
I would
Why
give
would you?
director to Celine Sciamma though.
You would?
Yeah, because I like that movie like more a little bit.
I mean, I don't really care who wins, but I would just want that to be nominated.
Oh, it would be nominated.
Yeah, I wouldn't take Parasite's wins away. I really liked Bong Joon-ho accepting his little Oscars. Like,
yeah,
that was amazing.
I mean, it's the question of it's like if it's just for me, like if the win is just for me, that's cool. But I like the win to be for everybody. Like Parasite was a win for everybody, so I liked it a lot. What films
except for Joker
will be the This Had Oscar buzz of the awards season, and what Oscar podcast do you listen to? This had Oscar buzz. Did we get one of those already? Maybe In the Heights is, we'll see. It's hard to say. I mean, like, you can't predict any of them. That's why the This Had Oscar buzzes are so fun, because it's like, can you believe that Nightmare Alley didn't get nominated?
We were trying to call that for Don't Look Up, but now we just turned the corner on that, and I think everybody else did too. It's like at the top of Clayton Davis's predictions right now, because how are you gonna deny it? Like, we saw that teaser. How are we gonna not like that movie? So that we were trying to call that, and then like I don't think it worked. A lot of stuff moved that we weren't sure about, and other than that, like we're literally just gonna have to wait, like, because the movie that has Oscar buzz right now, we're predicting it, so we have to wait. But every year has those, and they're really fun.
Yeah,
they're really fun.
I mean, House of Gucci could fall into that. It could just be
that's gonna do well. Maybe Canterbury Glass is like a movie that it just has everything going for it, like cinematography and David O. Russell film packed with actors, and then that just doesn't do anything. Like, maybe that's gonna be one.
What Oscar podcast do you listen to? I'm not that much of a caster, to be quite honest.
I don't listen to a lot, but I do listen to the Next Best Picture podcast.
Yeah, I listen to the Next Best Picture podcast.
I support them on Patreon, as you all should. Matt Naglia's podcast, Oscar Predicting Legend, who you have to be following on Twitter.
I've checked out a couple of them just to see, but like, I don't like follow up on podcasts that often. On average, what percentage do you agree with the Oscar nominations? And then from those nominees, how much do you agree with the winners? I don't know. It's like because you typically
there's like what I want to get in given what I expect or what's in the realm of possibilities, and then there's what I would do if I actually had all the control. So to the first question, honestly, like once I have my expectations in order, I would say it goes anywhere from like 70 to 8, like maybe like 80, 75%, maybe. Maybe 70.
Like, I usually 80%. Agree like that I like the people who are nominated.
Yeah.
But like, I'm probably going to try this year especially to like keep a little bit better of a track of like a personal top 5 for myself. I don't usually like do that, but we'll see how much that aligns. I mean, the Oscars could nominate like 1 or 2 people in like my personal top 5, and it could still be a lineup I'm really happy with.
Yeah, and then the other part of the question would be how do the Best Picture winners align with your favorite movies of the year? To that extent, I would say out of my top 10, I probably have like on average 3, maybe 4 movies that are also Best Picture nominated. So that would be like a 30 to 40% correlation.
I don't know if Best Picture recently has gone to a movie that was my personal number 1 of the year.
I don't think
in a little while.
Ever has
maybe The Hurt Locker.
Maybe
The Hurt Locker. But like, again, Parasite winning, like that's just a sheer coincidence that there were movies I liked better from that year. Like, there are movies that win that I think are 10 out of 10s. Like Moonlight winning is great, but Arrival is my favorite movie of that year. So, I like agree with Moonlight winning too, but let's see. Just wanted to say a last thank you. Oh, did you already donate? Oh my goodness. For being such a big inspiration to me. I hope you'll check out my supporting actor book when it's done. Supporting actor book.
Wow, please send it on Twitter when it's done. I would love to check it out.
Promote your shit in the comments. Promote your shit. Yeah, and if I was an inspiration, then I'm very humbled by that. So
I would also like if people wanted to like send me their channels just to like check out their Oscar reactions, like I would, DM me them on Twitter. Like I would love to see other channels. I think I found one and this guy was like really excited about everything and I was like he's doing it right. So it was fun to watch.
Someone posted like their own retrospective and sent it and I was like that's good. Like they did a good job with that. And they were like doing it because I think they liked ours and they like wanted to see this year. And I was like, you did like.
Can you plug it or do you not know the name?
I don't remember it. Also, something I was thinking about when somebody commented earlier about like patience and growing. There's a channel I stumbled across that had posted 3 videos. They're all like kind of essay format stuff, and they had 11,000 subscribers. And I was like, they've been operating for like less than a month, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm envious of that. And then I watched like 2 of them and they're like really well done and I was like well shit, like what am I gonna do about that?
You just gotta step up your game.
I gotta step up my game
now.
And that channel I think it was like there was a Call Me By Your Name video, there was a video about like the Laura Dern scene in Marriage Story and they were like really well done. So
yeah, sometimes there aren't any shortcuts, but also like when we started out, our videos did not like do that well and people didn't like necessarily like them. We had to get a lot of dislikes in the videos, so because we didn't know like how to present on camera, and we also were just like doing it we were fucking around too much.
Yeah.
So sometimes it takes like time and you need to grow, and then other times, if you've got something and you just like put it out and you're like that person and you're just talented and you're hardworking, you've got like something that is good, then maybe you can hit it early.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an expert on it. Like, I've amassed 20,000 subscribers in like 3 years, so I don't know if that. I mean, I've definitely like can look back and see what could have been better in like the old videos and stuff, but I'm not like an expert,
I'm not an expert. Says the Oscar expert. You can't keep saying that.
I guess not. I mean, I know I'm an Oscar expert. Am I a YouTube expert? Not yet.
If you're an expert, you're an expert in everything. Everything.
That's how it works.
Everything.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult is it to balance each of your schedules on a day-to-day basis?
And thank you for your donation, Oscar Juggernaut.
Yeah.
I am not the one editing. Like, he is the one doing all the shit. And I would not, like, it would be very hard for me to do that because there's other things that I try to do in my free time. I would not be able to do all of them if I had to, like, also maintain this channel.
How's your work-life balance, though?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Right now, my work-life balance is pretty fucking good. I work like 9:30 to 6, and then I just do what I want other than that. And lots of things that I just like doing on my own or with other.
Look at that. On your own or with others.
On my own or with others. That encompasses everything. And so, I don't know. That's this question for you, Rich.
Well, I recently have worked out where I'm no longer working full time so that I can work more often on videos. And if you look, maybe not so much in the past couple weeks, but like I was putting out more content than I normally would in like the drought season, partly because of Cannes, but I'm trying to juggle more time to focus on this stuff so that I can like try to grow it more with my work, and that's been working out pretty well so far.
But before that, when you were trying to do work-life balance, because not everybody has that privilege where they can just go part-time.
Yeah,
you were also full-time for a long time. So like,
I would just work after work. I don't know what else to say about it.
Did you find it was difficult?
It depends how you view it, because it was stuff that I just liked doing, and I don't find that about everything. Like, there are plenty of things that I've like if I try to write comedy sketches, that's like it's like hard to like get that going for me. Or if I try to like do, I don't know, there's certain things you try to do and it's like hard to like get them going. But for this stuff, it flows a little naturally for me. So in that way, it was something that I was fine to do. Like after work and stuff, but now that I have a little more time, I'm trying to put some more editing into the videos and stuff like that I normally wouldn't have time to. Like, I'd normally have time to like cut up the video, like smush it together, and
maybe it has like a couple errors in it.
Maybe there's like a couple photos and there's one error. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say like me knowing you are working very hard, but you don't feel like you're working hard because it's just like the thing that you want to do in your free time. That's kind of how it's been for you. Like you'll stay up late editing a video and you'll be like, yeah, it's like I was just editing the video, and you like it.
I procrastinate too. Like, let's be real. Like,
yeah, but you still but yeah, it takes a lot of time, and you put in the time because you just like it.
Yeah.
So that's just how it's worked for you. Like honestly, I wouldn't keep up the channel like this if it were just me. Like I just would not do it.
And I think like a general life thing is that, I mean, maybe people with more drive are better at forcing themselves to do things that they want themselves to do. But I think it's hard to, like, there are things that I want to do that I'm not like good at crafting. Like, you know, when I was in college, I was just not making like short films like the way that it seemed like other people were. And I'm like, that's not my innate drive, is it? Like there's some things you realize are not like innately for you to do, I guess. So when you find something like that, which I feel like I kind of found through this channel, I think you got to run with it a little bit if you can.
But also don't go like fucking broke.
Yeah,
if you
that's
don't have
all.
to.
That's a freaking given on any advice.
Yeah, but it's something that not everybody thinks about.
If you had to pull one film from history and re-release it as your directorial debut, which would it be? Re-release it. Like, as in, like, remake it? I think they mean, like, to remake a old film. I would, like, do something really funny and stupid, I think. Like, I would take something that nobody ever wants to touch, like The Wizard of Oz, and I would make it, like, the dumbest fucking thing. And everybody would just love, like, they would either, it would be like a cult classic.
You can't control how people respond to your film.
If you make it,
you're like, oh, everybody would love my film.
No. It's like how Cats, everybody loved to hate it.
Oh.
But okay. It would also be a thing where, like, some people would be like, wait, this is actually, like, the point of it is to be very, very stupid. And I would make it really dumb. Like, the line, like, it would be fucking bonkers. Like, you just take that and you just put it, you put it in a blender. It would be really fun.
I can't like use my imagination enough to pull things from the past that right now, but I can think of old, like that's a movie that I think would be really fun to do your own take on. And you know, it has like a minefield of like existential shit you could put in there, which I think would be fun. Like I when I was making films in film school, I would try to put like deeper meanings in them. I wasn't always successful at doing that in a way that actually like made sense to people, but that would be like a ripe one for that, and it's also one that you could get kind of gross and like horrific with. So something like that would be fun.
If you had to pull one film, that's the one I just read. I'm so embarrassed.
Do Mother, do Darren Aronofsky's Mother, but make it an allegory for some other shit. It's not the Bible this time. Like
Mother's already
Mother, but the Quran. Well, the Quran's kind of similar to the Bible, but
hold on. A bunch of shit just loaded that I didn't. Okay, donating again. Thank you for donating again. My goodness, congrats on 20K. Been here for 5 years.
You've been here. So where are you? Where is he?
I said I've been doing the channel for like 3 years, but the reality is that there used to be a couple old videos which are no longer with us of me doing early Oscar predictions like literally once a year. So this person has literally been here since like early Oscar predictions 2017.
Wow.
So thanks for that. What's a cinematic pet peeve of yours? A cinematic pet peeve.
I kind of already said mine.
What, with like the Marvel thing?
Just things that are extremely predictable. Like I just like want to tear my eyes out.
Yeah, like if you feel like something's just doing things because that's just like the default way to do it.
I pointed out a couple of them in Marvel too.
Trying to think of something like specific.
Yeah, I want to have something specific that whenever I see it, I'm like, fucking annoys me. That's the shit that annoys me. But I can't.
Almost any time that someone in a movie says hope, it's no good.
And
even good movies have done it. Like Dunkirk did it.
What's the thing that we always laugh at whenever they're like something about like disappointing your father is like a big thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, in the
Like you
the
just
card
like your
counter
father or
trailer,
something.
like the card counter trailer, there's some line that Tiffany Haddish had where that's like, I don't care what you have done in your past. Like that's the
Oh,
kind of stuff
yeah.
I eat that up. I eat it up. I live for that. That's just it's hilarious to me.
Speaking
that
of-
that movies like when they just say the thing that you know that the writer's like struggling. Like, how do I communicate this? Usually like writers try to be coy, but then sometimes they're like, but I can't get away from my past, and I'm like, I live and breathe for this shit. I like it. I hate it.
The
but I
Lion
like it.
King actually does that. As much as I like The Lion King, there's a part where adult Simba's like, but what if she finds out about my past? I can't go back there. I can't go back to thinking about my past.
love it.
I'm Hakuna Matateing now. And it's like really obvious.
Love it.
Yeah. And I was
So
like,
fun.
oof. Do you have a favorite Shaw Brothers movie? Do you know who that is? I'm so embarrassed.
Oh no, I don't know who that is.
I'm so
Why don't you look
embarrassed.
that up and I'll read something else. Mrs. Siskel and Ebert reviews. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. I don't know how much. I don't know that currency actually. Never mind. Siskel and Ebert reviews.
Taking
They
back
were
the thank yous.
they were so much fun, but you guys keep the spirit alive, being genuine fans of movies and not just overly pessimistic. Well, thank you. That's really nice. I mean, that's very kind because Siskel and Ebert, I didn't grow up with it, but they're really enjoyable to watch on YouTube. And Ebert was my favorite film critic growing up as well. And I loved that Ebert would dole out 4 out of 4 a lot, like very frequently. If he really liked a movie, that was a 10 for him. That's kind of what I've just like done as a result. Like I've always seen my scale as being like the same. Like my bar for 10 is like, I think unconsciously I just do what Ebert would have done. Like, oh yeah, if I really like the movie, it's 10. But I mean, we probably don't fight as much as they did. Maybe we fight more than I think we did. I don't know.
Off camera.
I know. Maybe
About
yeah,
stuff.
off camera we argue a lot about shit, and then by the time we get in front of the camera, it's like I already know what the disagreements are, and sometimes I just try to like call him out for like saying something that doesn't make sense, and he does the same. But you know, it's nice because like we're brothers and we can do that, and we don't offend each other, and that's not something that you can get a lot. So it's a special thing that Siskel and Ebert also shared.
So Shaw Brothers is a Chinese production studio, and I've not seen any of these films as far as I am looking. It looks like a lot of them are like combat films, which is cool.
Mhm.
Not that much of my thing. Not my expertise. Again,
Not the expertise, but
not the expertise.
not an expert. Once again, just not an expert.
Do you think No Time to Die can become a big awards contender? Skyfall was close to getting a Best Picture nomination, and it seems like another big Bond movie. But Skyfall also
I
didn't
like
get
that.
nominated, and of course it didn't. It's gonna be really hard for a Bond movie to get in at the Oscars, especially because they've been done well in so many different times.
they've
and
been done well.
Even,
They will
like-
continue to be
even
done
like
well.
the modern Bond film has been done well twice
Mhm.
with like Casino Royale and Skyfall. So it's
yeah,
like,
they're all very well made action films.
I mean, No Time to
But
Die.
Skyfall was like, didn't Skyfall get like a
I think it
I
got,
don't know, Critics' Choice or AFI or PG? or
Yeah, it
something
got like
that?
something like that, or like PGA or AFI maybe. Yeah. So No Time to Die. I don't know if it would get in like that. I don't know if I see it being like how will it be like a better film than Skyfall? Not that I can't imagine a film existing that's like that, but it's just how realistic is it that that movie would be better than Skyfall? I think that
Yeah, it's
I
also
really
hard because
like,
the bar has been set high. I think is
yeah.
another way to put it. Like it's already been set high. The only example I can think of that, like Wes Anderson, he's already set the bar high for his films, but didn't get nominated. And the Grand Budapest Hotel was like a little bit better, maybe for some people, but that was like enough to get him all the way over the bar. I don't know if I see that happening for like a Bond film, though. Really?
Yeah, it's tough. But I mean, yeah. But the cinematography looks good. Like I'm excited to see what's going on there. I'm excited to see what's going on.
Yeah,
think
I would
it's
still
weird.
wager that like we won't see a Bond film get nominated for Best Picture, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, maybe if they had like some Mad Max Fury Road shit where like somebody like reinvented it.
Yeah,
It's also like it would be so weird to get a film nominated that deep into the franchise. Like Mad Max was like the 4th film, but that was
And I was thinking,
Also
like,
such
oh,
an
what if
exception.
David Fincher did it? And I was like, well, that would kind of be like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, wouldn't it? And that didn't get nominated, so.
All right, what else do we have here? Can you see any questions? I'm trying to go look at questions. I'm gonna quickly scope out the chat and see if we missed anything.
Okay, we got a question here. What? Oh, what did I do?
I saw the question. Do you think an animated movie will ever win Best Picture? If yes, then when?
2,226.
Yeah, that's the question. The question you're basically asking is how long will the Oscars go on? Will they go on for another 100 years? Will they go on?
It's a really good question, actually.
That?
Like, I mean, that's a question you didn't even ask, but we could speculate. Will the Oscars go on forever? I mean, we've already seen the Golden Globes be like taken down. Honestly,
they might happen.
I do wonder if the Oscars could be like dismantled by, people who think it's a legacy institution. Like, I don't think that's a scenario that could never happen. I think it's probably like, given that there's money behind it, it's probably like there's not a strong case to say that it will be. But anyway, how long would it take for an animated film to win? That's a really good question. And it could be like 100 fucking years. Like I think we could easily go 100 years and an animated film never wins. And also someone has to do something with animation that's like, I don't know. I feel like with animated films, we're running into films that feel kind of the same or a little bit uninspired. Even the best Pixar films still don't feel like vital anymore. Not like Up or Wall-E. Like, you would really have to go to the next level. Spider-Verse, I think animation-wise, did feel like it was something new and vital, but story-wise, again, like, it was, animated films.
Well, but again,
they do have like children in their audience, and so like another problem with those is like the second act is usually a little bit drawn out with just like kind of gags and like goofiness.
Well, they can make an adult animated film.
The other thing that makes it really hard for animated films to win Best Picture and get nominated is because they don't have real actors in them. They have voice acting.
Nor can you nominate them for costumes, production design, editing, cinematography.
But the actors branch is huge, and we know that like films with really good acting don't even necessarily need to be amazing to get nominated for Best Picture. Like, we see correlations with the actor and actress winners and their films getting nominated for Best Picture. You don't have that advantage with animated films.
Well, we know where you can max out. The max nominations you can get as an animated film is picture, director, screenplay, sound, song, score. You could get documentary or foreign, and
But what if it was so good that people were like, cinematography?
Well, here's the other thing that I was thinking of. Like, let's say we have a couple more. I think it might take like a little while. Like let's say
I don't know if it'll ever happen.
Let's say if a new animation studio comes along and they're making like, or like if Hollywood finds out that there's a market for like adult animated drama films, like because there's not really one. Like Anomalisa, like people don't make those movies. Hollywood is not trying to make animated films that are not family oriented films. But what if like Marvel makes a movie that's animated that gets really popular and is like PG-13 or something, or even R-rated, and then people are like, it becomes a trend, and then maybe like bigger directors are hopping on this. I'm just saying as a hypothetical.
Marvel.
I'm just saying a big studio.
If you add Marvel to animated movie, less likely.
I'm not saying Marvel's gonna get nominated for it. I'm saying they could kick off the trend because a big studio. Like if a big studio takes that risk and it pays off, then other people could copy and say, adult animation for dramas.
Yeah, but it wouldn't start with Marvel. Like if I disagree that it would start with Marvel. I agree with you. I actually do think you have a good point that if they made an animated film that was like a pure drama and was very artfully done, then it could win Best Picture. It would have to be like I think it would have to be like not a kid's film, just a drama, or just Oscar bait, but animated.
That's what I'm saying. But like, there might have to prove to be that market for a movie like that to get made first.
No.
Because animated films are expensive.
No, they are not. They don't have to be that expensive.
Okay.
They don't have to be that expensive.
If you're Anomalisa, you can take place in a fucking hotel room the whole time if you don't want to be expensive, Justin, and work with a very independent
but that
studio.
was like 1 million. So what could you do with like 50 million?
50 million's expensive.
But
It's a big
but
budget movie.
now that you have studios like Netflix and Amazon, maybe they could finance that
maybe,
shit.
maybe.
I mean, I was watching Annette, and I was like, no way that anybody's gonna like watch this enough for this to make back the budget. But like, it still happened, and Amazon made it profitable because they bought it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it can happen because of that.
So
Okay, so maybe I take it back. I'm gonna give that in the next 100 years. I'm gonna say there's a 25% chance that an animated film wins Best Picture.
in 100 years, I think it'll happen.
Okay, you say, what did you say? Like 90?
50.
50?
I don't
Okay,
know.
50.
Okay, I'm actually scrolling up and I'm seeing.
That was long. That was a fun question.
We
though.
forgot a comment that says, "What's a movie you're embarrassed to admit that you like?" Look, I just made a video about how I liked The Kissing Booth 3. So the question is, am I embarrassed about liking anything? And should you be? You should.
Well,
not,
you like
should
Flag
not be.
Day too, and a lot of people were like upset at Flag Day.
Yeah. Okay, and that's the same thing with Hillbilly Elegy, though. I think.
Oh yeah, I liked Hillbilly Elegy.
But like we just said that outright, you know? Like I feel like I have more controversial opinions on liking movies that other people don't, where it's like, you know, not made for critics and it's made to be enjoyed like kind of like on an easygoing level, and I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And other people are like, fuck this, and I'm just like, I thought it was fine.
honestly,
I thought it was fine.
I've been hearing about Stillwater that like maybe it's that kind of movie. That
Stillwater sounds like it has something going on,
like that's good,
like ambitious about it.
Yeah, I think I might like Stillwater, and I probably should watch it. Which is a movie that people are like also, I don't know. Anyway,
there's some. Here's a forgotten one.
Hillbilly Elegy is the answer.
Oh no, we already got that one. Wait, there's one more. Oh, Christopher Nolan has wanted to do a Howard Hughes movie with Jim Carrey. Do you think it would be a major contender, or would it be more of a First Man or Mank? First Man or Mank, but Mank got nominated. If Christopher Nolan did a Howard Hughes type movie with Jim Carrey, I don't think it would get nominated.
That's like an interesting package. Are you like writing this script right now?
Is Christopher Nolan writing the script? No. If Christopher Nolan has said he wanted to do
I thought you were like, if Christopher Nolan did a movie that was like that, I'd be like, okay. But
it depends, because I don't know how funny Christopher Nolan is, to be quite honest. I don't know if he's funny.
I think that would get I think that would like I think that would get nominated.
It would be like if Jim Carrey needed a nomination and people could get behind that.
I don't think it would be a First Man or Mank, though, because I don't think Christopher Nolan has quite the instinct to abandon the audience like those films kind of did. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I fucking love First Man, and Mank was still a really good movie. But I don't think Christopher Nolan is as likely to leave people like in the dust, not knowing he doesn't care if you understand what happens in the movie, Tenet, but he does care that you're at least entertained and that stuff like happens. So I think he just doesn't have like he has enough instinct not to totally abandon what titillates you and what gets you excited about going to
if it was
theater.
a Howard Hughes movie, I think that would say that it's like...
So that's why I would say like it would have a decent chance.
I fucked that whole thing up.
What?
When they said Howard Hughes, I'm like, okay, that's like the Aviator guy, right? And I'm dumb.
That's what I thought.
And I'm like, okay, first of all, of
Hughes
course
is the
that would
director
be
too,
an
right?
Oscar nominee. No, but that's who I was thinking of, is John Hughes. I was thinking of John Hughes, and I was like, oh, he wants to do a John Hughes-esque movie with Jim Carrey. Oh, I don't know if he'd be good at comedy. And then
so
that
which
didn't
one's
make
Howard
any sense.
Hughes?
Howard Hughes is the character that Leonardo DiCaprio played in The Aviator, like the actual
Oh,
guy.
okay.
Absolutely, that would be an Oscar contender, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because it has planes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jim Carrey could maybe actually get a lead actor nomination this time.
Yeah.
Embarrassing myself live, my God.
You should be embarrassed, dude.
I am.
You should be fucking embarrassed. Dude.
Actually, what did I just say about embarrassment is not a thing for me. Which year is the next Oscar retrospective? It's the Forrest Gump year. Let's see. What else is here? We are almost done.
We're going an hour, right?
Well, we can
going.
go solid. Ooh, I'm almost done. Let's see. Are you reading any of these? Find any that you like.
Oh God, why are you making me do it? I can't even see.
Here,
This
you
is
take
too small.
this. I will take the computer.
Oh God. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll way up.
The cops are coming to get them for having Ridley Scott higher than Sorrentino on the last predictions. That changed, buddy. That changed after I saw the trailer for Hand of God. I put Sorrentino
Yeah.
above. I don't know if he's in the top 5. I don't know if I want to put him over like Joel Cohen or PTA, but like I really do think Sorrentino might have that shot this year. So I do agree he's above Ridley Scott right now.
Someone said, where do you two buy your fits and fashions? Way back.
I don't know. I don't know.
You know what? I used to just rely on my mom to get me everything because I don't like to go shopping. But now, honestly, like I go on the internet and or like I went to Marshall's. I found a bunch of button downs and I was like, yeah, just get me like 5 of those and just got like really cheap. And then this shirt is like a true classic tee, which you can order online. And it sounds like I should be getting paid to say that. I actually do really like them because they just like fit nicely. I don't know. And then I literally wear the same pair of pants. I have 3 pairs and I just recycle, use the same ones. Shorts, I have 5 of the same pair, 2 different colors between those 5, and I wear the same exact pair every single fucking day because I'm basic as shit when it comes to my outfits. What you order your shirts online?
Yeah, I order them like
you have more fashion than I do. You have more fashion
not that
sense.
much fashion. I mean,
You wear like nice shirts.
I got a couple.
You wear
shirts
some
that I thought were
floral
cool
shirts. You wear floral shirts, and you have a shirt with a cats on it.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. Pick an upcoming 2021 movie to watch now. What would it be? The other factor here is like if I could watch one now,
That's a
I would
great
probably
question.
want to pick one that's not going to a fall festival so I can get it early. Soggy Bottom. Soggy Bottom, not going to fall festivals. I get to see it right away. I get to know if it's getting nominated. Well, I guess
Yeah.
I get a better gauge of like what kind of movie it is. I'm very interested in it.
From trailers, Hand of God and Last Night in Soho are like really exciting to me, and I think I will really like those. And other than that, like I'm sure there's gonna be ones that I love that I just don't like know I'm gonna love yet. We saw one that I didn't know I was gonna love, and it was very early, and we're not allowed to talk about it, but it was really fucking good, and I'm not gonna say which one it is.
We have a question that says, do you genuinely think that a fun, non-serious movie could win Best Picture? Like a fun action movie or a completely absurd comedy? Like, no, like it hasn't happened. Even in times where it would have been like more okay for a lighter movie to win, which we do not live in that time right now where it's okay for a light-hearted movie to win. But there have been times where people... like that would have been more okay. Like, I mean, I was just doing.
Was the question more about like it being lighthearted, or more about it being just pure genre?
Just like a fun like a comedy, like whatever, winning Best Picture. Like 4 Weddings and a Funeral. I mean, the retrospective again. That was like exactly that, and it wouldn't win, but like we don't live in a time right now when that movie could get nominated again. Like we just don't.
Oh, someone said, why is CODA not in your top 10? I think that's a fair question.
That's fair.
We've been talking about it. Like, Film Twitter is trying to hype it up, and they're doing a good job. Like, people who really love CODA are doing a good job of hyping it up, as far as I can see. Although, CODA getting nominated, like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's possible. I wouldn't say it's not a lock, and it's already out, so maybe that's why it's not, like, in the top 10 at the moment. I don't know. What do you have an answer for that? Why CODA? Because I'm actually struggling with CODA.
Well, so
because like another one I think could get nominated, but isn't guaranteed is like In the Heights, but it's not in my top 10. It's just kind of hard to say.
Well, it's hard to pick 10 movies.
CODA could get nominated.
It's hard to pick 10 movies when we don't know anything, and CODA could get nominated.
The accusation against CODA getting nominated though is that it's like the best version of like a Netflix coming of age movie, but like a Netflix coming of age movie is not that much to write home about usually, and this one just happens to be like the best version of that you can get. But it is like it's just obviously like pretty corny.
Yeah, but it works on people.
But the performances are so good.
But the Oscars have nominated corny movies before. But this
like
one
what?
feels like indie and corny, which is a
Wait. What corny movies?
The Help, The Blind Side. Like,
that's a different kind of corny.
That's what I'm saying. It's like indie corny.
No, you're kind of right.
Indie corny is like a new thing that they don't normally go for.
If CODA was a period film just for no reason, then maybe it would be perceived differently. But she's like they wear like flannels and they go on like fishing boats. But I mean, I think Marlee Matlin's really strong right now. She's in everybody's top 5.
It also is a
she
huge crowd.
She could get it in
right now.
It's
maintaining above an 8 on IMDb. I'm like recommending it to my mom really hard because I know for a fact she's gonna freaking love it. And that's like, I do think that if Apple does a really strong campaign for CODA and they just make sure everyone sees it, like it could get nominated. Like SAG could, if it gets a SAG Ensemble nomination, which would not be undeserved, that would be like, oh fuck,
CODA could get nominated.
However, last year we thought that like 4 out of 5 of the SAG nominees would get Best Picture and only 2 of them did, and that was very weird. We have a question,
and there being 10 movies in this year really makes you wonder whether In the Heights or CODA could get in.
Yeah,
or Mass
or anything. I
mean,
like,
those are the movies that I wonder about.
I will also say I've been thinking more about Spencer. I've been thinking about the fact that it's going to a lot of festivals, that Kristen Stewart could get nominated and maybe win. The fact that, I know it's Pablo Larraín and it's like going to be a little bit ballsy of a movie, but there's one test screening reaction that compared it to like Krisha and Shiva Baby, which I was like,
yeah, but that's exactly why it might not be an Oscar contender.
Johnny Greenwood.
All of these are reasons against
Claire Mathon is shooting it. The cinematographer Portugal Lady on Fire. Like the screenwriter is Stephen Knight. Someone says it's very dialogue driven, so it gets screenplay.
I have hope that it's gonna be really fucking good. I have much less hope that it will be nominated for Best Picture. But if it's so good that it gets a 90 on Metacritic, maybe.
Give it an 85 and like it's just really in there for Kristen Stewart or something. I don't know. Thoughts on Halle Berry's upcoming film Bruised? So
I keep trying to tell you like she is going to campaign. Like it seems like she's going to do a campaign for this movie. But
you want to watch the fuck? A lot of people are saying watch the fuck out. Here's the thing: the movie test screened at Toronto last year, which is weird for it to do. But like they premiered an incomplete cut, so there are some reactions out there that you can see that are like. It's like
I don't know
at
though,
this rate, it's probably going to be like a decent movie, an okay movie, maybe like respect reviews, maybe a little bit better. But at the same time,
I think it could happen for her.
Halle Berry, but
just her though.
If
nothing,
they improve
nothing about
it,
the movie, I don't think would get nominated.
I think that the cut they premiered was very long. So assuming they might like cut some time off and like just improve it, maybe Halle Berry.
I would also like to point out though, I mean, do you know how good she is in the movie? Are people saying
people are saying she's very good, but it's not like undeniably like
okay. You know. So, but I want to say that I remember when Sound of Metal premiered somewhere in TIFF like an entire year before it came out, and it was like, oh, this movie won't do that much, but people say it's like Riz Ahmed's best performance.
Yeah, but they liked it,
and it's kind of stopped there. Like it didn't go that much into like the Oscar conversation, and then when it came out, it really performed. Like, so yeah, it is possible that she could get in. I don't think Bruce would be a Best Picture movie though.
Yeah, it would be Halle Berry or nothing, I think.
Or do you even have her on your list though, or are you just like keeping her
I should put her on. Low,
you should.
But I didn't
put her
have
on somewhere. I think she's gonna. I don't know. She got on the magazine covers lately somewhere.
Well, now it's confirmed that it's happening.
And also, she directed herself in the movie, and so people are looking at her as someone who is reviving her own career. Also, you know, a person of color who is like taking their own steps to revive their own career later in life and doing, you know, and people like her.
So. Yeah, that's true. If you had to pick one director to interview on your channel, who would it be and why? Would I want to interview a director that I like really, really like? Because then I could embarrass myself. But we don't get embarrassed around here, do we?
It'd be fun to interview Daniels from Swiss Army Man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to. I would want to do someone not maybe like so famous that I've listened to all the interviews out there of them. And there's just like a ton of interviews.
I'm gonna say like I would like to Trey Edward Schultz.
I was thinking of Trey Edward Schultz
because
too.
He's just someone who like I feel like a personal champion of his work because his movies really resonate with me a lot, and I think there's just so much to say about the style of his films that I'd be like fascinated to hear from him.
Yeah, like I'm gonna admire also like I think Jordan Peele is just like seems so cool, but I've seen all the interviews with him, so I kind of know what his brain is like a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, someone more like under the radar a little bit. Yeah.
Let's see. Do you think an Avengers movie can win Best Picture? Let's assume that you're saying like Marvel. No. Can win Best Picture
an Avengers film or Marvel film?
Because even Joker was not a like technically
But see, Joker was like Oscar bait, except that it happened to also be comic book movie. Like it was kind of like what we're saying about the animated films.
Is the Batman in the DC universe? I don't know enough about these things, but the Batman looks
Probably
like I'm not gonna say the Batman can't get nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that. The Joker fucking got nominated, and it looks good so far. So I mean, I don't think it could win. I just don't think it could win. I don't think that the Academy proves that they like those movies enough.
Someone has to shake up the formula. Is like again.
So
it's not
that's
that
why
it couldn't
be
happen,
a Marvel movie,
but someone has to shake up the formula.
Marvel sticks to the formula too much. It wouldn't happen.
A Marvel movie I don't think would win Best Picture.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Also, can you imagine like the conversation in that year where Marvel is about to win Best Picture? Because the point I always bring up is like Marvel films already own the box office. Like the point of giving out Best Picture nowadays is because films that don't perform as well at the box office, at least they get a boost from being great indie films at the Oscars. And so you have Marvel like infiltrating the Oscars is how like people would sort of describe it. But I mean, if the film was really, really good and everybody fucking loved it, then no one would care.
Do you think CODA would be the never, rarely, sometimes, always of the season? No, CODA has a much. CODA's like they're kind of opposite.
Yeah, they're totally opposite. Like
CODA's crowd pleasing and never, rarely, sometimes, always is very like for.
I would never ask my mom
audiences
to watch that movie.
Yeah.
No. So no.
Someone says Batman is not part of the DCEU. See, that's what I mean. Is that it would have to be a movie that's not part.
Yeah, it has to be
of
standalone
the
a little
thing.
bit.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Got to call into you on the Discord for the Golden Globes this year. Was a bit drunk and was very nervous and excited, and you were both so great. Thanks. Well, look, I didn't know you were drunk, and even if you were, like, hey, that nothing wrong.
You should
with
always
that.
be
You were
drunk
having
before
fun.
you call in. It's always a good idea.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I guess it's been an hour, so we could wrap up.
Okay. All right. You know, it's sad to say goodbye. I wish we had a song for you.
We could
that
do more of
sing.
these. I mean, we
You got a lot of super chats, and so you should do more. People are like, they're like, please give us more. I will like
monetarily. I can do. Maybe I should do. I could be.
You're trying to make more money off this.
Sure,
you should do more.
Sure. But that was fun, and thanks again for 20,000. Did we reach 2,100? Because then I have to show you my.
Wait, is that actually possible?
Wait, did I mention the face reveal, right? Did I mention that in this one?
Oh no, that was the no. You didn't mention that.
Okay, so you know how we started streaming for 6 minutes, and then we knew that we weren't streaming. The deal was that if we hit 21,000 subscribers in this video, I will do a face reveal for the face on the back of my head. Did we hit 20? But I didn't say that before, so we would have hit it if they knew. If they knew, they would have wanted to see the face.
Okay, this one's kind of funny. Someone said, my girlfriend has 2 questions / observations because the first one's a question, the second is an observation. The first is that, do you like Blue Velvet? Yeah, Blue Velvet's fucking great. Second is, you look like sharks, which is not a question, but an observation.
But not in a mean way.
That's okay. I have some friends who really like sharks. I don't really like care about that.
I know why,
but
I
get that.
Look like a shark. It's like, it's like from my mom.
Yeah.
And I don't take it as an insult. There's nothing wrong with sharks as long as they don't be mean to others.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a subscriber. We really do truly appreciate your kindness. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing.